Have you ever pondered how something as innocent as a piece of fruit could quietly sabotage your heart while you sleep? Most of us were taught from a young age that fruit is nature's candy, pure, wholesome, and safe. And for the most part, that's true. Fruits are filled with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. But here's what many doctors and dietitians have only recently begun to uncover. Not all fruits are safe for everyone at all times, especially not for seniors over 60 and especially not before bedtime. In fact, some fruits, when eaten at the wrong time, can cause spikes in blood sugar, surges in insulin, overnight inflammation, and even dangerous cardiac stress. And yes, tragically, that has led to fatal heart events during sleep in elderly patients who never saw it coming. If you're over 60, you've already fought hard to stay healthy. Maybe you've walked daily, watched your salt intake, or even lost weight. But all of that effort can be silently undermined by eating the wrong fruit at the wrong time. Let's make sure your heart and your sleep are protected. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Bananas, the healthy fruit that may overload your heart. Overnight. Bananas are often praised as the perfect fruit, easy to eat, full of potassium, and great for energy. But what most people, especially seniors over 60, don't realize is that bananas, when eaten at the wrong time, particularly before bedtime, can be surprisingly harmful to heart health. While potassium supports heart function during the day, at night the banana's hidden risks take center stage. The first issue is sugar. Bananas contain natural sugars that break down quickly in the body, leading to a sudden spike in blood glucose. For seniors, this can be especially problematic. After this sugar spike comes a crash, often during deep sleep stages. These fluctuations in blood sugar can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which not only disrupt sleep but also increase heart rate and blood pressure. For someone with even mild cardiovascular concerns, this nightly disturbance can place unnecessary and dangerous stress on the heart. Secondly, bananas are high in starch, which adds to their glycemic load. This can increase insulin levels and cause the body to store fat more readily, especially when the body is supposed to be resting and repairing. Over time, this pattern can contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain, and chronic inflammation, all of which are known risk factors for heart disease in older adults. Moreover, for those taking certain blood pressure medications or diuretics, bananas can interact in unexpected ways. Their high potassium content, while helpful in moderation, can lead to excessive potassium levels, hyperkalemia, in individuals whose kidneys are no longer functioning optimally with age. Hyperkalemia can cause irregular heart rhythms and, in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. Many seniors also turn to bananas as a pre-bedtime snack because they believe it promotes sleep due to tryptophan and magnesium content. While this may be true in limited cases, the overall impact of sugar spikes, insulin response, and potential potassium overload outweighs the minor benefit for most individuals over 60. If you've ever experienced heart palpitations, night sweats, or restless sleep, it's worth asking whether your bedtime banana could be partly to blame. A food that supports your body during the day might silently stress it during the night. Making one small change, avoiding bananas in the evening, could significantly ease the pressure on your heart while you sleep. Instead, consider heart-healthy options like a small handful of unsalted almonds or a slice of turkey, both of which promote restful sleep without dangerous spikes in blood sugar or potassium. And while bananas may be surprising, the next fruit on our list is even more common and even more deceptive. You might be eating it in handfuls without realizing how much it's spiking your heart risk overnight. Let's talk about grapes. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Grapes, tiny, sweet, and surprisingly dangerous for seniors at night. Grapes are often seen as one of the healthiest, most convenient fruits to snack on, small, juicy, and packed with antioxidants. But for seniors over 60, enjoying a handful of grapes before bed may carry risks that far outweigh the benefits. Despite their innocent appearance, grapes can have a surprisingly negative effect on your heart when eaten in the evening hours. The primary concern with grapes is their high natural sugar content. These little fruits are loaded with fructose, which is absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream. For older adults who may already have impaired glucose metabolism or be managing conditions like prediabetes or diabetes, this can be especially dangerous. When grapes are consumed at night, they can cause a quick spike in blood sugar levels, followed by a crash just a few hours later, often in the middle of the night when the body is supposed to be resting and restoring. These fluctuations can disturb sleep and place significant stress on the cardiovascular system. Moreover, elevated blood sugar at bedtime can lead to an increased heart rate, irregular rhythms, and nighttime palpitations. These symptoms are often mistaken for anxiety or age-related sleep issues, but in truth, they may be warning signs that the heart is under strain. For seniors with underlying heart conditions, this added pressure could be enough to trigger a serious event, such as arrhythmia or even a silent heart attack during sleep. Grapes are also known to raise triglyceride levels when eaten in excess. Triglycerides are a type of fat in the blood that, when elevated, increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. And because grapes are so easy to overeat, sweet, bite-sized, and refreshing, many seniors unintentionally consume too many at once, especially while watching television or winding down before bed. This behavior, though seemingly harmless, creates a metabolic disturbance during the most vulnerable hours of the night. Even seniors who are generally healthy can experience sleep disturbances, excess nighttime urination, or early morning fatigue due to poor blood sugar control from high fructose fruits like grapes. If you find yourself waking up feeling drained, restless, or with an unexplained racing heartbeat, your evening fruit habit might be playing a bigger role than you think. It's time to reconsider grapes as a nighttime snack. While they're heart-healthy when eaten during the day, they may quietly undermine your health when consumed before bed. And if grapes can do this much damage unnoticed, just wait until you discover the acidic fruit that's causing silent inflammation and mimicking heart attack symptoms while you sleep. Let's talk about citrus. 3. Oranges and citrus fruits, acidic, sugary, and a nightmare for your heart. When lying down. Oranges, grapefruits, and other citrus fruits are often associated with vitality and immunity, especially among older adults who value their vitamin C content. However, what many seniors don't realize is that consuming citrus fruits before bedtime can be harmful, particularly to heart health. While these fruits may support immunity when eaten at the right time of day, having them close to bedtime introduces risks that most people over 60 are completely unaware of. The issue begins with the high acidity of citrus fruits. As we age, our digestive systems become more sensitive, and eating acidic foods before lying down can cause stomach acid to travel back into the esophagus. This not only leads to discomfort, but also mimics the symptoms of a heart attack. Seniors often wake up with chest tightness, pressure, or shortness of breath, mistaking these symptoms for heart trouble. While it may be acid reflux, in some cases, the stress response triggered by these symptoms can place real strain on an aging heart. Another concern is the sugar content. Citrus fruits are high in natural sugar, and while that may seem harmless, consuming that sugar late in the evening leads to a rapid spike in blood glucose levels, followed by an insulin response. This cycle increases the heart's workload during sleep, a time when the cardiovascular system should be recovering. For seniors who already struggle with blood sugar regulation or hypertension, this nighttime surge can be dangerous, increasing the risk of arrhythmias or even silent heart attacks. In addition, citrus fruits can stimulate the vagus nerve, which plays a direct role in regulating heart rate and digestion. When overstimulated, especially when combined with lying down, the vagus nerve can cause irregular heartbeats, dizziness, or a sudden drop in blood pressure. These symptoms can be terrifying in the middle of the night and may even lead to emergency room visits if misunderstood. For many seniors who believe that ending their day with a fresh orange or a glass of grapefruit juice is a healthy habit, the truth may come as a shock. That bedtime fruit might be causing restless sleep, nighttime palpitations, or something far more serious. It's important to time your citrus intake earlier in the day, ideally before lunch, when your body is more capable of handling its acidity and sugar load without negative consequences. And if you thought citrus fruits were disruptive, the next fruit might surprise you even more. It's light, hydrating, and perfect for summer, but it's quietly placing pressure on your heart and kidneys all night long. Let's take a closer look at watermelon. 4. Watermelon. Hydrating, yes. But too much fluid can stress an aging heart at night. Watermelon is often celebrated for its hydrating properties and refreshing taste. Especially during warmer months, it seems like the perfect light snack to enjoy after dinner. But for seniors over 60, eating watermelon before bed can have unintended consequences, particularly for the heart and kidneys. While it may appear harmless, the sheer water content and natural sugars in watermelon can disrupt critical functions during the body's most vulnerable hours. Sleep. Watermelon is made up of more than 90% water. While hydration is vital, consuming large amounts of water-rich foods late in the evening can lead to an overload of fluids in the body overnight. This is especially concerning for older adults whose kidneys may already be less efficient and whose hearts often work harder to maintain balance during sleep. That extra fluid can lead to nocturia or frequent urination at night, which not only disrupts rest but also causes blood pressure fluctuations and nighttime stress on the cardiovascular system. Interrupted sleep robs the body of its recovery time, and repeated awakenings increase the risk of nighttime hypertension and irregular heartbeat. Additionally, watermelon contains a considerable amount of natural sugar. This sugar is quickly absorbed, spiking blood glucose levels, followed by a crash that may occur while you're deep in sleep. The body responds to these fluctuations with stress hormones that can raise heart rate and increase blood pressure, an unwanted event during a time when your heart should be at rest. For individuals with even mild cardiovascular issues, this stress may contribute to palpitations, nighttime anxiety, or worse, a cardiac episode. Seniors with congestive heart failure or kidney concerns face an even greater risk. The combination of excess fluid and the sugar-induced insulin response places added pressure on these already taxed systems. Even if you're generally healthy, consuming watermelon before bed can leave you waking up groggy, bloated, or with elevated blood pressure. Over time, these patterns can erode heart health quietly, without obvious warning signs. While watermelon can be a beneficial part of your diet earlier in the day, enjoying it at night is a habit worth breaking. Your heart and kidneys need the nighttime hours to rest and recover, not fight against a wave of sugar and fluid. And if watermelon's hidden dangers weren't enough, the next fruit takes things to an entirely different level. It's sweet, compact, and marketed as a health food, but it's packing more sugar than you'd expect, and it may be the worst bedtime snack of all. Let's talk about dried fruits. 5. Here's what to do instead. If all of this information has left you feeling overwhelmed or even surprised, you're not alone. Many seniors have spent their entire lives believing that fruit is always a safe and healthy choice, no matter the time of day. But the reality is, after the age of 60, our bodies begin to respond differently. What worked for us in our 30s and 40s doesn't always serve us well in our golden years, especially when it comes to late-night eating. The good news is that you don't need to give up fruit entirely. The key lies in timing, quantity, and choosing alternatives that support your heart rather than strain it. First, start by moving your fruit consumption to earlier in the day, preferably before 3 p.m. This gives your body enough time to process the natural sugars and acidity, and it allows your heart and digestive system to relax by the time bedtime rolls around. If you love bananas, grapes, citrus, watermelon, or dried fruits, enjoy them in the morning or as part of a balanced lunch when your metabolism is more active and your insulin response is stronger. Second, rethink your bedtime snacks. If you find yourself hungry in the evening, reach for foods that promote restful sleep and support heart health. A few unsalted almonds or walnuts can provide a gentle source of protein and magnesium, which can help relax the body. A slice of turkey or a hard-boiled egg can satisfy your hunger without disturbing your blood sugar levels. If you're craving something sweet, try a few slices of pear or a small handful of blueberries, which are lower in sugar and packed with antioxidants that actually help the heart. You might also consider sipping on a calming beverage. Herbal teas like chamomile, lemon balm, or hibiscus can promote relaxation without stimulating your nervous system. Tart cherry juice in small amounts is known to naturally support melatonin production and aid sleep without the blood sugar spike of most fruits. Finally, listen to your body. If you notice that certain nighttime habits are leaving you tired, anxious, or with a racing heart in the early morning hours, it could be your body's way of sounding the alarm. Don't dismiss these signs. Take them seriously and give your heart the peaceful rest it needs. By making these small adjustments, you're not only protecting your heart, you're investing in more mornings, more memories, and more time with the people who love you. Because a simple change tonight can become the reason you wake up healthy tomorrow. Conclusion: a small change tonight, a healthier tomorrow. As we grow older, the little choices we make each day begin to carry greater weight. What time we eat, how we sleep, and what we put into our bodies at night can shape not just our health, but the quality of the years ahead. The truth is, we all want to feel strong, rested, and safe, especially during the quiet hours of the night when the world slows down and our hearts are meant to do the same. Looking back, you may never have imagined that something as simple as fruit could silently impact your heart while you sleep. After all, fruit has long been considered one of the healthiest food groups. But aging changes everything. The body becomes more sensitive, metabolism slows, and our hearts become more vulnerable to sugar spikes, blood pressure shifts, and even subtle digestive triggers that once went unnoticed. What's powerful, though, is that you're not powerless. You now know that eating bananas, grapes, citrus fruits, watermelon, or dried fruits late at night can disrupt your rest, elevate your heart rate, and even contribute to dangerous cardiac events. But you also know there's something you can do. You can shift those habits. You can make new choices, not out of fear, but out of love for yourself, for your body, and for those who want to keep seeing you wake up smiling each morning. This isn't about cutting out joy. It's about rediscovering how to nourish your body in ways that honor where you are in life now. You've worked hard for your peace of mind, for your energy, for your mornings. Don't let an innocent evening snack take that away from you. So maybe tonight, instead of reaching for that fruit bowl, you choose something lighter, gentler, kinder to your heart. You drink that tea, you rest easier, and you wake up feeling a little stronger, a little more in control. That's a small change, but it's a powerful one. Because in the end, it's not about perfection. It's about protection. It's about waking up to another day with clarity, comfort, and the quiet confidence that you're giving your heart exactly what it needs. Starting tonight, these lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.